The narcissist is relying on you to be emotional. He's relying on you to be naive. He's relying on you to be stupid. That's what he's thinking. Because again, remember, he doesn't actually care about you. He doesn't care about you. If there's just one phrase that I could get through everyone's head when we talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse, it would simply be that. He doesn't care about you. That's it. If we boil it all the way down, that is it. That's the main piece. That and narcissists are liars. Okay, but when we break this down, I need you to be able to see this. He doesn't care about you. Now, when I first say that, what comes up for you? When I say that he doesn't care about you, what comes up for you specifically? Watching this video right here, right now. Is it frustration? Is it agreement? Are you appalled of like, oh, I can't believe you just said that? Of course he cares about me. Do you find yourself start to justify what I just said? Do you find yourself start to push back on the words that just came out of my mouth that he doesn't care about you? Maybe right now you're just spinning up a list of different things, trying to prove me wrong. Trying to prove me wrong, thinking, well, he does because he tells me that he cares about me. He says that he loves me. He says that he loves the kids. But what does it actually look like when you put facts to it? Everything I do is based on facts when I work on healing a person. When we work on actually giving you the tools to liberate your mindset, to change who you actually are, to change how you show up. Because right now, the version of you doesn't have a chance at being free. You simply don't, because you don't have the right tools and resources to actually be free from the toxicity that's in your life right now. So as a result, you've been repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. And so you're wondering, how do I actually get free from this? How do I actually fix it? How do I get out of this trauma bond, the piece that currently has me stuck? Well, there's a piece of it that you have to understand and break free mentally. Because if you don't change the mindset, nothing changes. I've seen people that have gone no contact, and they think that no contact is the end-all, be-all of the healing process. Once I go no contact, then I'll heal. Sorry to tell you, but that's wrong. There's not a piece that once you go no contact, healing will automatically come. In fact, the majority of times when people go no contact and they don't have a healing plan in place, they don't have system and tools to support that, they typically go back or they just ruminate for the next 5 years. Is that what you want? Just going no contact will not heal you, will not fix you. Same thing as time. Time heals all wounds? No, that's a lie. Time does not heal all wounds. Time just negates it or ends up making it numb eventually, but it doesn't actually heal the process. It doesn't actually heal the problem that's going on. So you need to understand when you're struggling with this reality that he doesn't care about you, just take a pause for a moment. Whatever just welled up inside of you, whether that was validation of okay, someone actually said it, or whether that was frustration, thinking, how could you even say that? Pause and just consider what's actually going on inside. What are you feeling? Some of you right now, just as I talk through this, are concocting your own story, your own version of reality to help you cope with the shit that you're in right now. With the relationship, with how it's toxic, with how it actually doesn't help you grow, change, or develop, but you don't want to leave because you don't know who you are if you left. There's so much of your identity right now that's tied up into him. There's so much of your value and worth that is actually just given over to him, letting him define who you are. Letting him define if you have value, if you have worth. And if you do, how much you actually have based on what he's telling you. You might think that you can't even leave because every time you try to leave, you get more confused. You get more crazy. You get more wondering what is actually going on. How do I actually do this? What is happening? You've been at a place where you've made powerful decisions in your life. You've made decisions about your family. You've made decisions about your business. You made a decision about teams you lead. You've made decisions in all different types of ways. But then when you're inside this relationship, you just melt like butter. Thinking, I can't even make a decision of what I want on my pizza. So how am I supposed to live the rest of my life? This oftentimes will put you into a place of shame, of guilt, of frustration, of just even beating yourself up, thinking oh, I'm so stupid. I should have seen this. Why can't I get free from this? I'm smart. Why can't I get free from this? We see people that get trapped and stuck for such long periods of time. And part of it because they won't face the reality, the harsh truth that he doesn't care about you. Now, for many people that hear that, you want to come up with different reasons and excuses of why he cares. Typically, one of the first ones is like, well, he comes home or he provides. At the end of the day, I want you to understand I did those things. I came home every night and I provided. So that must mean I cared, right? No. I came home after I was with another woman. I came home after I was cheating on my wife and not caring anything about it. I'd leave work early, I'd interact with someone, I'd do whatever I wanted to do, then I would still come home. So that meant I cared, right? No. I would provide. I would provide to make sure that my wife and my daughter and the house still stayed functioning, still had money. So that meant I cared, right? No. Okay, we need to start breaking down your thoughts and your beliefs about care and about love, because some of what you're believing is just completely flawed. Some of what you're believing is trying to concoct different excuses and different beliefs that you've had or you've grown up with, making yourself think that this person cares about you, when in reality, we could get a trained monkey to produce and to show more love than this guy does. Simply put. And the monkey's probably going to be more honest because he's not going to typically lie. Can't talk. When we're dealing with this piece of narcissism, like if you don't get clear on the reality that he doesn't care about you, then you will continue to hope and pray and think that there's that good piece inside of him that's going to magically shift and magically change. This is the hard part about just being on the platform as who I am. People look at me and they're like, but you changed, so what's different? Why you? Why are you better? I'm not. The difference is I was willing to actually be honest with what I was dealing with. If he's not willing to be honest, nothing changes. Nothing grows, nothing develops, nothing transforms. And you stay stuck for a long period of time, justifying and believing a lie that he cares about you. So consider for a moment, how do we actually know if he cares or if he doesn't? What does that actually look like? We have to go into the facts of a situation. So consider for a moment all the different pieces, the things that have been welling up inside you, the stories you've been believing in the moment, of all the justifications and the excuses that you've been making over the past couple minutes when I said, hey, he doesn't care. Take this for a moment and let's bring it into a courtroom. Let's bring it into a room where the only thing that matters there is the evidence. The things that are demonstrated, the things that are shown. And if we had to bring this there, how would you actually be able to show your case? And so if I asked you, how does he demonstrate his care? Like, how does he actually demonstrate that he loves you? Nope, not with words. How does he demonstrate it? How does he demonstrate emotional safety in the relationship? How does he demonstrate respect to you? How does he demonstrate that he's willing to allow you to have space? How does he demonstrate kindness? How is there evidence of loyalty in the relationship? What is the evidence of honesty? What are the facts of him being vulnerable to you in the moment, right here, right now? What is the evidence? What is demonstrated? What are the facts? All of these I'm trying to get you clear simply by looking at actual data versus your feelings. You see, your feelings over a period of time start to lie. They start to lie to you and they start to paint a picture of a reality that's not actually true. The feelings of, well, I'm infatuated with him, or the feelings of he loves me, oftentimes will blind you to the reality that he's not actually demonstrating. He's not actually showing it on a day-to-day basis. So you want to feel and think that maybe this is going to work, but in reality, logically, we can look at it and you're like, yeah, I haven't actually seen anything. This is because the narcissist is relying on you to be emotional. He's relying on you to be naive. He's relying on you to be stupid. That's what he's thinking. Because again, remember, he doesn't actually care about you. This is why I have to get you honed in, not to the truth, but to the facts. Now, why did I say it like that? The truth is oftentimes made up of your perception and your perspective. You have your own truth about the narcissist. I have my own truth about the narcissist. I see it from my point of view from being a narcissist. You see it from your point of view by being the empath or the abused. So as a result, you have more grace because you're like, well, because of this, because of this. I don't have that because I've transformed my life, so I know the work that it takes, and I know the cowards that are not willing to be honest and actually show up. So I don't have a whole lot of grace for a bunch of men that act like cowards and act like boys and then think, oh, well, this person should love me because I've done X, Y, and Z. No, it's a bunch of bullshit. and they need to grow up. Nobody likes me to say that. I don't care. What I care about is you actually growing, changing, developing. What I care about is you actually accessing transformation and stop buying into the lie that the narcissist actually cares about you, because he doesn't. And it's been proven over and over and over again. If we write all this stuff down, you start to realize that your truth has been hidden with your feelings. Your truth has been misguided with your perception, with your perspective. Your truth has been something that you believe, but it's not actually factual, because there's no evidence to actually support it. And as a result, you start thinking that he cares about you, when in reality, he has not demonstrated it. He has not shown it. There is no evidence. There are no facts about the simple piece of him showing care in your life. Simply buying you stuff, showing up at the end of the day, and providing for the family does not demonstrate care, and is the very least and base requirements that any man should actually do. So when you're thinking through this piece, I want you to consider all the different pieces that came up for you when I said he doesn't care. Write them down. Then actually prove, give evidence to be able to show that he actually does what he says he does. Or have you been believing a lie all the time?